This is my review of the Voyager keyboard by CSA or ZSA, whatever you prefer. And before I start, here is the agenda for this video, or what I've planned for the video. So I will start with my keyboard history, that you can better understand where I come from. Then I will talk about the hardware, the configuration. I will show you a typing test with text and a typing test with code, and then I will talk about my conclusion. Okay, let's start with my keyboard history. My journey with external keyboard started with the Magic Keyboard by Apple. And this is just a normal keyboard. It's kind of the keyboard they put into their laptops back then, and they just used the same technology, put it into its own housing, added Bluetooth, and this is what you get. And I really like that keyboard, even though the keys don't feel that well. And what I realized, I can't trigger, for example, the number keys without looking at them, or some of the special characters, some of the parentheses, all that, what I need while coding, I can't hit that without looking. And then I was wondering, what should a keyboard look like that can help me figure out where to type, where to put my finger for numbers and special characters without looking. And at the same time, I happen to know that there's a keyboard that is called the Planck keyboard. This is the Planck. This is how it looks like. This is by ZSA. It was called Planck Easy. They don't sell it anymore, so this is I got it when they sold that, but they don't sell it anymore. The interesting thing about this keyboard is that it has several layers. And you need several layers, because how do you type numbers, for example, or parentheses, brackets, all that, what you need while typing, while writing code. And you see those two keys here that are kind of showing layers on them, and they are next to the spacebar. This is the spacebar. And when I hold down this key, I switch to another layer, and here are all my numbers, and when I switch to this layer, then here's the special characters, and then you can have even more layers to add some special keyboard shortcuts, for example. I will show you later on how this looks like in my Voyager layout. So this was the Planck keyboard, quite small, but I really liked it. The only problem I had is that how I type, I use the shift key, the left and the right key, the left and the right shift key. When I write with my left hand a capital letter, I use the right shift key, and vice versa. So I need two shift keys, but this keyboard is too small. So I have the return key here, and this is the return key and also the shift key. So if I hold it down and type another key, then it's the shift key. But if I only tap it once, then it's the return key. And I'm not that good of a typer. That means that I accidentally often typed a new line when I wanted to use the shift key. So this wasn't really a good solution. I tried other solutions that I also had to hold down another key to switch to another layer, where this was the return key, something like that, but I wasn't really satisfied about that. So the next iteration was a keyboard with more keys. Lots of more keys. And this is the Moonlander, also by ZSA. And it has those wrist parts to it. You can tilt it. You can also tilt this one here. So you can put it in a way onto the table that fits your fingers, that fits how you want to write, how you want to type. And you need a cable to connect those two halves. So Let's see where it is. So you put in here, like that. This is how you connect those keys, and then you have the USB cable. The Planck, the Moonlander, and the Voyager are all keyboards without Bluetooth connectivity. They are just wired keyboards. You have to plug them in, but I quite like that because then I don't have to charge another device. So this is how I use this keyboard, and because I was satisfied how the Planck keyboard used those layers, I added the layers here as well. So in this keyboard, when I hold down this key, this is another layer, and this is also another layer, and they are similar to the layers on my Planck keyboard. And I have additional layers like this one, where I have some special characters, some special shortcuts for Xcode when I'm programming. So this was the second external mechanical keyboard I bought from ZSA, but I liked it, but the problem was the size of the keyboard. It was too big for me, too many keys, and also the key travel was too much for me. So if you have a look here, you have quite some profile, and you have those normal key switches, and you have to push them down quite a bit. Nothing special. It's also the same on the Planck. You can see it's kind of the same height here. But when they introduced the Voyager keyboard, I was hooked because it was so low. I show you the comparison. So this is the Moonlander. This is the Moonlander keyboard. And this was the Voyager. This is the Voyager. So you can see this is quite a difference. You have small key travel. We have the special key switches with low travel. And when I plug it in here, you can see the keyboard sliding up. It doesn't have any sound. The Moonlander and the Planck play some sound when you plug them in, but still they have the same capabilities for lighting up. Those again, as I'm so satisfied with the Planck layout, I added the same kind of layer switching here. This is for my special characters, and this is for numbers and some shortcuts, and here are another set of shortcuts for Xcode because I'm an iOS developer. And the Planck keyboard comes with some tilting as well. I will show you how this works. So this is the bag you get with this keyboard, and in this bag there's a special compartment, and here you have some round magnets kind of things. So, and they have different heights. So if you have a look, so these are a bit less height than this one, and if you switch or if you turn around your keyboard, you have some space there where you can put the right thing. You have one bar here, then you have to use the same. That is, otherwise it doesn't tilt the right way. So you have to figure out which one goes where, and another one here. And for the other half, I have the same kind of elevation here. Wait a minute, like this. So now they are magnetically connected, and this is how much it's tilted. So it's not very tilted, but a little bit. And for me, this is okay. I don't need much more tilting. I used a bit more tilting on the Moonlander, but for most of the time I used the Moonlander, it was just laying flat on the table, because it was kind of difficult to get the right angle, the correct angle I want, and to have it consistent, and then doesn't change and all that stuff. And when you put it away, you have to rearrange all those angles. So I didn't like that a lot to set it up. But for the Voyager, it's way more how I would like it. I just take those magnets, put it there, and it's set. It's always the same angle. I don't have to think about how I get it again working when I have to travel with the keyboard and set it up. So it just works. Okay, so this is the keyboard. I really like the hardware. So you have those keys here, and you have 2 thumb keys here, and you can switch because it's a mechanical keyboard. You can switch the switches you're using. You can change the switches. I have here 2 different switches on this keyboard. I have the brown Cal Choc and the orange ones, because I just bought orange ones and I could buy 50 or I think 80 was the next I could get, and I only needed 52. So I got 50 of those switches and use the old switches, the brown switches, for the second thumb key. But that's okay, because this is a key I'm just using for triggering my app launcher, for example. Okay, let's see how we can type on this. I have here a website that is it can be used to type and to practice typing, and at the same time kind of reading a book. So this is a book, it's called 12 Years a Slave by Solomon Northrop, and this is what I'm typing right now. So I just start the book or start the app, the web app, and then I can practice typing. So this is how it looks like. And I also have, wait a minute, I can also show you what my different layers are doing. So this here is the overlay. Let's put it here like this, and then you can see what I'm typing at the moment. Oh, wait, I have to switch back. Okay, so we pin it here, and then I can oops, something wrong. I think I typed the wrong key here and switched back to, yeah, I switched to a different page. Why isn't this? Oh, we had So you get the idea how this works. So, and you can see in this app, the key map, what it's called, you can see all the different layers I have. For example, when I switch to this layer, you see here the special characters on screen that I can use for programming. Then I switch to this layer, I have the numbers and some shortcuts for Xcode, and here's an Xcode layer I can show you. And I also have a layer that can where I can use the keys to move the mouse around. And do I have another layer? I don't think so. Okay. Oh, yeah, sure. That's I tried to train another keyboard layout, but it didn't go well. So that's not what I'm doing right now in the moment again. So I'm still at QWERTY. Okay, so let's switch now to Xcode and see how I can type in Xcode. And I will move that a bit down here and try to shrink this a bit that we can see the keyboard and Xcode at the same time. So, and I have activated Vim mode, so I can work here. And let's say I want to show, I want to add a new file. So I do Command N, and let's say this is a UI view. This is the list view, for example. So I add that, and then I can switch here. No, I don't want to get that in it. Okay, let's fix all the issues. And now we have, let's move down here. That. Let's hide this. Oh wait, how do I do that? Okay, I just switched. This is what I wanted. Okay, so table view. That. Okay, and now we can switch the file, and we can use, oops, okay, this is strange. I was typing the wrong key here. Load view is equal to list view. View did load. Oh, we already have view did load, so I will move that down here. And now we can just, I think you get the idea what I mean by that I have quite So I think you get the idea what I wanted to show you. I can use the keyboard to type, I can use the keyboard to move around in Xcode, to find my way, and it also feels quite nice to type on that keyboard. So I quite like it a lot. So my conclusion to this. I don't have really technical specs about this, how the cables are, what the name of the cables are and all that stuff. You can see that there are tons and tons of other videos that are way better in describing the hardware that is used and all that different stuff. I just want to show you what is important for someone like me. I'm not really into keyboards. You know, this is all the keyboards I have. I have the Apple keyboard, I have the Planck, the Moonlander, and now the Voyager. And this is all I need. I don't need other keyboards. I don't need to buy a keyboard, an ergonomic keyboard for $600 just to find out if I like it more than the one I have. I just want to have a keyboard I'm satisfied with, and this is the closest thing I can get to with the Moonlander, the Voyager. So on the plus side of the Moonlander, I really like the form factor. It's very, very low profile, small, light. It has a metal plate here, but I think it's way lighter than the Moonlander, but it's also because of the size and the number of keys and all that stuff. For me personally, it feels the quality feels more solid on the Moonlander. Maybe it's because of the metal plate down there and the Moonlander just having some plastics and stuff. And I also think that this it feels too cheap for this keyboard. I don't know how to solve it in another way, but this is I don't know. It's just a feeling. I don't like that much on the Moonlander, but the Voyager, just to use these and I don't need some wrist patches there or something. This is how I really like it. It's personally for me the perfect keyboard. I would like to have another thumb key down here in this position here. This would be perfect because now I have to stretch out, because the normal layout on the Planck on the Voyager is that you have the home row here, and here you have those number keys. The home row is here. I switched the home row one row up because I want to have the special characters, the special keys here. This is my option. This is my option key. Is control key, command key. These are some keys to switch the layers. I have a pasteboard key here, and all the different things I want to access like I do on other keyboards, like the Planck, the Moonlander, for example. So I moved the whole layout one row up to be able to use those keys down there. The normal the normal Voyager has the home row here, and then you have to use home row mods, for example, to get those special keys like control, command, or you have to use the thumb cluster down there for these kind of combinations, keyboard combinations you need. Okay, apart from that, I really like, again, that it is not using Bluetooth. I have to use the cable to put it into my computer and use it that way. I really like that. I don't like Bluetooth that much. But of course, when I would have Bluetooth, I would use it as well, and then just had to charge my devices all the time. I have enough devices that need to be charged, but I don't want to have that with my keyboard as well. So I really like that. I also like the software of the keyboard. So let's see how this configuration looks like. So here we have when we go to the CSA overview here, I just switched this keyboard off, the keyboard app, and here you can go to configuration, and then you have a website to configure your keyboards. And here you see this is the Voyager default layout. So you have the home row here and here, and you switch to control, command, option using those keys here. This is a special key. When you tap it, it's a Z. When you held it, it's an Option key. And this is how you can also use this keyboard. And then you have a row with the numbers up there. But what I have changed it to this layout. I have switched, or I've moved all those keys one row up and have added some special keys here, the control key, command key, option key, and some for movement. I have also this one here, and I have lots and lots of layers. I have the this is kind of the plank layer where I can. Oh no, wait a minute. This is the alternative keyboard layout I was training and just stopped training. So this is the one that I got from the plank keyboard. When I switched to the lower, this is with this key down here. When I hold it, I get to this layer and can type some special characters. When I hold down this key on this side, I get these number keys and some shortcuts for Xcode. Then I have a dedicated Xcode layer where I have different kinds of keyboard shortcuts, very useful in Xcode, and those I use this all the time. For example, move some selected code one line up or one line down. This is what I use all the time. Then I will add also some keys here to control the debugger. I just realized 2 days ago that would be quite nice. I had it already on the Moonlander, but I haven't put it onto the Voyager up to now, and I will do that soonish. Then I have another layer for mouse movements. If I don't want to use my trackpad and only use the keyboard, I can control the mouse here. And this is a snapshot of a part of the screen, and this is to record the whole screen also here. And then some layers I don't use at all. They're just there, but I can't switch to them. This is an interesting layer. You can switch how the keyboard animates or lights up, or you have two different light modes you can activate. I still have this layer here, but I don't use it. I even don't have any key that can switch to layer 6 or layer 7, but you can use that if you like. You can switch the lighting animation or the lighting mode of the keyboard, or also the volume of your computer via the keyboard, and this is a built-in layer that was already there, but I don't use it at all. So I moved it away. It's still there, but I can't access this layer at the moment. Okay, this is how you set it up. You can also control different things like combinations, debounce, internationalization, mouse mode, where you can control how fast the mouse moves when you hold down the key and all that stuff. And it's really, really sophisticated what you can change there. I didn't change anything here. It's all like it was when this keyboard came from factory, but you can do many different things with this configuration tool. And then you download this layer and use the key map to flash your keyboard with this new layer. And you can experiment, you can try something out, because putting a new layout onto your keyboard is just a matter of minutes on maximum. So it's really easy to change layers, or you can also have different configurations. You can switch back and forth how you like it. And it also has smart layers, but I don't use them, where you can select a layer when a certain program is starting. But I don't use that, so I don't need that, but you can do that as well. So it's really, really nice. So in total, I would recommend to get this keyboard if you are kind of like I am. I like simple stuff. I like basic stuff. I like how when something is really easy to understand. You would have to get used to the keyboard. If you're coming from a traditional staggered layout, you will have to adapt to this kind of layout where you have the columns. But I think it's worth it, because now, as I said in the beginning, with the traditional keyboard, I always had the problem that I couldn't find the number keys or the special characters that well, so I had to look down onto the keyboard to find those keys. And this is not the case with this keyboard layout anymore. I can type numbers and special characters without looking onto the keyboard, because they're just my fingers just have to move up the same row, and then I know where those keys are. And this works that well that I don't need any markings on my keys. They're just blank with this dot that I can see the LED shining through, and this is how I like it best. I tried to use the Moonlander for a few days last week, but I realized that there are too many keys. I don't need that many keys, and I don't want this key travel. I want a smaller profile for my keyboard. I'm quite satisfied. So let me know what you think about this keyboard in the comments, and let me think if you need something else to know about this keyboard. And I see if I can make a video about that. Until next time, see you then, have fun, bye bye.